Today's video is something I love to talk about because I deal with clients all the time, and today I'm going to share a story that really inspired me as much as it inspired them. Because you should always work within your field of interest. If that's what you want to do in life, your passion should drive you.
Do you have what it takes to make a right left here? Do you?
Welcome to Make a Right Left Here. I'm your host, Mr. Thomas J. Bellezza. If you haven't already, subscribe to me. Subscribe to the channel if you please. That's right. I love each and every one of my clients. I do. I vet my clients. I do not just take on any client. There's certain attributes to each client that I feel they should have, so I can bestow my knowledge upon them and it'll be utilized in the greatest way. Because I don't want to just take people's money, and I don't want to just give up my time, and I don't want them to give up their time. Wasting time is not really why I'm here. Life is valued. With that said, clients talk about that passion, and I love it. They're like, I want to do X, Y, and Z. I've been doing it since I was a kid, and I wish I could make a living doing it, and I want to make money doing it. And I go, oh, that's great. We can make that happen. And like, oh, it's just so difficult and hard, and it's so risky. And usually that involves either jumping into entertainment or opening your own business. The idea of just the job alone is a risk in yourself. When you go to get a job as a supermarket cashier, that's a risk. You might not end up being good at that job, and you will lose that job, and that's time gone. So with that mentality, wouldn't you like to kind of like take a risk at doing something you love? Because the truth of the matter is, a majority of people will always give time and money to a job they hate and not to a career that they have a deep passion for. And that's where this story comes in. I'm not going to give any names, and I'm not going to give too many details because privacy is a big part of what I believe in. And, you can't just be like, hey, so-and-so is so-and-so and blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to start the story out basically how the session went, okay? Here it goes. So they're talking about how they would really love to become a person of musical interest in the field of music and make a little living. And I said, all right, great. And I says, well, what do you do right now? What's your day job? And I've been working at Best Buy, so retail. I'm a retail person. I said, all right, you're working in retail. Excellent. How long have you been working in retail for? 10 years. 10 years. All right. Well, how long have you wanted to be a musician for? Oh, since I was a kid, I was like 15. So I was like, all right, well, how old are you now? All right, so 15 years you wanted to be a musician. All right, so I said, you should really be investing time into your field of interest. You should be getting out there and doing studio work, maybe go work for a studio, even if it's just, you're a runner boy or a runner girl or whatever. You're a gopher. You get coffee, you run lines. You could work at like a rehearsal studio, which is different than an actual recording studio. In the recording studio, you meet different kind of people. Then there's rehearsal studios, and then maybe you could be a roadie for a tour or a major band or even a minor band. Doesn't matter. Maybe you could get a job as a touring musician or a session musician. Right there, that's where everything changed. They said to me, whoa. The thing with me playing with another band or recording music for another band is that I have to be emotionally connected to the music for me to play in another band or record other people's music. And besides, I don't want to take away from my band that I'm in by playing with another band. So I stopped them. I said, whoa, are you telling me if you were going to get paid to go on tour with a band or paid to record music as a session musician and therefore get playing residuals on that CD, or if that song gets licensed or whatever the deal is, because you should be an ASCAP if you're a musician or an actor. I don't know if you know this, but if you're an ASCAP as an actor and you hum an original note or you whistle an original song while filming something, you actually get ASCAP residuals from that. The more you know. So you're not going to go on tour and be paid for it, and you're not going to record because even though you're getting paid for it, and also you don't want to take away from your band. So let's back it up then. And he's like, okay. And he says, how emotionally involved are you at packing out TVs at Best Buy. The face he made was just mind blown. You could just see his face just take over. And he's just, well, that's right, I'm not emotionally involved in packing out these shelves. So why would I care if I was emotionally involved in the music? Because your job is to be paid for your effort at doing your job. Because your job is supposed to lead you to be rewarded for the thing you like doing. And in this case, if it's music, and your job is about networking and marketing and building, cultivating relationships and marketing your brand to build awareness that creates interest, that generates sales, you will be rewarded for doing the thing you love to do, which in this case is music. Then I really got into the whole thing, like, why would you care if your band is being neglected for a little bit? Because you can utilize your connections within your field of interest by going on tour and meeting other bands, other managers, other bookers, other promoters, other venues, and build and cultivate those relationships so you can get your band either A, on a tour, or B, you could get it to play in shows and clubs that you normally couldn't. And you might even be able to get a booker to be interested in you, or a promoter, or an agency, whatever the deal is, a manager, for God's sakes. The idea is your job is to build and cultivate relationships. Your job is to market yourself. Everything else leads to the reward of being paid to do what you want. Now, if you specifically just want to be in your band and you want your music, you can be a hobbyist and you can enjoy it. But the reality is, when you dedicate the time to a job you hate for 10 years, he was able to get jobs at other retail businesses. He was able to utilize his relationships and his marketing ability because people knew he was good at what he did, where he got raises and promotions all the time. And he was able to jump from different companies with ease because of relationships he built. Because for over 10 years, he was generating the building and cultivating relationships and his marketing brand value as a retail person. Now imagine he had spent the 15 years he wanted to be a musician at being in the field of interest. Because he could have started working part-time at a studio. My point is, you will always find success by being immersed in your field of interest. So why dedicate any amount of time to something that has nothing to do with your field of interest? Get involved in your field of interest. Because anything else is an insult to who you are as a valued human being. You are a living creature and you deserve the right to attempt to become the true career that you are passionate about. But you need to do it. You need to get involved. Doesn't matter if you're somebody that is a janitor at a friggin' comedy club. Hell, Colin Quinn started as a bartender at the comic strip. Chris Rock started as a waiter at the comic strip. Not a waiter at some restaurant that served food that didn't even have a stage. He worked as a waiter at the comic strip because he wanted to be a comic. If you want to be something, be around something that is the something you want to do. Work within your field. Please like, comment, and share this video. And if you have any questions on the content of the video or questions in general about something that is not even near this video, then leave that question in the comments below. Also, a big thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me your ear to listen and your eyes to watch as I talk about things that are entertaining, educational, and or enlightening. Also, please know that you can visit Make a Right Left here for additional news, tour dates, events, speaking engagements, and the such, including merchandise, and also free songs you can download right from my website. Do you have what it takes to make a right left here? Do ya? Do ya, punk? Do you?
Oh dear.